Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to use this particular heart model to go over the basic anatomy of the heart. So first of all, this is the heart from the anterior view, and this is what it looks like from the posterior view. This is the apex of the heart over here, so the pointed region of the heart is called the apex, and this is the base over here where it sits on. As we could see, the heart has this shiny, smooth layer on the outside. This is called the epicardium, right here. These are the auricles. Auricles are like ears. So auricle just means ear in anatomy. So these structures over here are called the auricles. This is the pulmonary trunk. And as we could see, the pulmonary trunk is going to branch and form the pulmonary arteries. And yes, in this case, the arteries are going to be blue. These are the pulmonary veins over here. So with pulmonary, the colors are switched between the arteries and veins. This is the superior vena cava. And then over here, you're going to have the inferior vena cava over here. Of course, this was cut. This would extend all the way to the abdominopelvic cavity. Here is the aorta over here. This is the primary artery in your body. So the top part, this is the ascending aorta, aortic arch, and then descending aorta. On top of the aorta, you could see these three vessels that are branching off of it. The first one is the brachiocephalic artery. This is the only brachiocephalic artery in the human body. This one is going to be the left common carotid artery, and this is the left subclavian artery. Keep in mind that again, these are cut, otherwise they would branch and go to different parts of your body. This little white structure that you see here, this is the ligamentum arteriosum. Now let's look at the coronary arteries and veins. So coronary arteries and veins are these arteries and veins you see on the heart. So what they do is that they supply blood to the tissue of the heart itself so it can function. So let's start with the left coronary artery and the right coronary artery. As you can see right here, the first branch that's coming off the aorta is this tiny little branch over here, right here. This is the right coronary artery. This is the beginning of it. And over here, you have the beginning of the left coronary artery. So the heart is supplying blood to itself before it supplies it to any other part of your body. Let's look at some of the other ones. So the left coronary artery actually going to continue to wrap around right here. So it started over here. It starts over here, but then it wraps around like this. And the left coronary artery is going to branch. So one branch is going to turn to the left side over here. This is called the circumflex artery. And then another branch is going to move down in between the ventricles over here. So this is called the anterior interventricular artery, the red one. And then on the back side, you have the posterior interventricular artery. And then on the sides over here, remember this was the right coronary artery, but you see these arteries over here as well. These are called the marginal arteries. Now let's look at the veins. This one, the blue one here, this is called the great cardiac vein. So students will ask me which one. Well, they're basically branches of the same vein. So this is the great cardiac vein. This is the middle cardiac vein over here. This is the small cardiac vein, which is next to the marginal artery. And this one over here is the coronary sinus. Okay, so we went over the coronary arteries and veins. Now let's look at some of the structures inside the heart. So I'm going to take it off so we can look at it on the inside. As you could see, the heart has 4 chambers. The 2 top chambers, which are the receiving chambers, are called the atrium, and the pumping chambers over here are called the ventricles. You could see the